Good luck, guys.
For this elimination challenge, distillers will rerun their macerated spirits in the stills they built to produce a white absinthe with a minimum of 110 proof. The 2 winning distillers will move on to the final round, adding True Absinthe's signature green color.
How you doing over there?
Good. Try and make sure I don't bring it up too hot. It's doing its thing. I did my thing. I have worked quite a bit with botanicals, dried herbs, seeds, things like that. So my basic premise going into this was treat it like I know how to. I threw a couple of little curveballs in there using 2 different types of cardamom. I'm excited to see what the judges think of it.
Just wanting that one beautiful jar.
Yep.
When I heard that there was another female involved, I was just overjoyed. I feel privileged to be in this competition with another female distiller. It's great to have other feminine energy on this, but I'm happy to have masculine energy on board too. I mean, not only because it's great to meet, you're the first female distiller that I've met.
Oh, yay. Competing against another female distiller is exciting. Like, I hope that either one of us win. Obviously, I hope I win, but I hope it's one of us because it's just really awesome to see so much representation of people working really hard to get the recognition that comes a lot more easily to other folks.
And especially with working with wormwood, which is such a feminine herb and just ruled by the goddess Artemis, I just feel like it's all fitting for like this woman empowerment on the
Same.
I'm absinthe.
Really excited. It's been a big support. Just having someone to talk to who totally understands what it's like trying to perform in an industry where if you do something wrong, it's probably because you're a girl. And like, no, it's because I'm human and humans make mistakes. And get to have friendly competition with you.
Yes.
Family competition.
Yes, family. All push each other so that we're all lifting the craft together. So we're not like a diversity project or a minority project. So we're women and we're distilling and men are distilling and we're all distilling and everything's happening and it's all beautiful. My heart. Normally I like to run my botanicals in the pot. I do have a tendency to run at a lower temperature, and maybe if the volatile flavors aren't coming through, I'll crank up the temperature so it brings it through the stove.
Low volume to work with. I wanted to make sure that I took some really small fractions and watched them really carefully. I have the advantage for this competition where I only have to make 1 really good jar, and so I want to make the best possible thing.
Dylan, using his combination of grain and grape and his attempt to rectify that a bit, to do a little stripping in the final distillation, you know, I mean, stepping through a minefield.
Now, absinthe was always bottled as a concentrate, so high proof, never meant to be drank that way. You always added ice water to it unless you used it in a cocktail. So we add slowly, and it should begin to cloud. If it has good botanical content, those essences are soluble in ethanol.
In the water, the temperature of the water.
That's correct.
And this is Dylan.
So I'm not seeing too much in the way of clouding, which tells me the content is a little bit light.
I'm really happy with how the smell and taste came through.
I can see it clouding up somewhat.
A little bit. If it has good botanical content, it should cloud quite heavily. So what I'm tasting there is very, very light botanically. It tastes to me like the distillation was definitely run a bit far. I'm getting some of the after flavors associated with that, some of the off flavors a bit. Either the botanical content was light to begin with, or a lot of the botanical content was stripped by the step that he had to put in the distillation, yeah, to help recover quality from the base spirit. Okay, so let's move on to Nina's sample.
It was a little weak, but green anise showed through.
Now, right away, just a few drops of water, and look how cloudy that became.
Right.
You've got clouding at the bottom and a layer of neat liquor that's still floating on top.
So that means she put a lot of stuff in it.
Exactly.
I was getting too much of the volatile oil, so I was trying to like run a balance.
Botanical content is definitely higher.
Definitely. Looks like milk.
Look how it layers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting the sweetness of the anise and the fennel,
That's good,
but
man.
I've got some structure. It's got some backbone. Doesn't taste like candy. It's got the illusion of sweetness, but there's no sugar.
And it's high proof, and we don't taste it.
That's right, and that's the beauty of it, because absinthe done well, you really don't taste the proof, and that's
Yeah.
part of the beauty of
I
it.
think she did it.
That's really pleasant.
Yeah. Everything we've read or seen or heard about absinthe is kind of out the door at this point.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy.
Kayla.
We see
And not much, a little bit of clouding.
I think that I came up to temp a little bit sooner than I wanted, but I was able to correct a little bit.
Almost the same as Dylan's.
Yeah, starting to get just a little bit of a blue tint.
Exactly. And I don't want to add too much water because it's clear that continuing to add water is not really going to enhance it. Just ended up being light on the botanicals.
And high proof.
That's it, and high proof.
I'm probably closer in the like 135, 140 range.
That's a little higher than you were aiming for, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm just getting some artifacts of the unusual base spirit. Not unpleasant, just not too much there.
It tastes like a little butterscotch.
It's just really flat, isn't it?
Dylan clouded up considerable amount more than Michaela did.
All the precision in the world, although it may work out mathematically, what you get in the end may not be what you're shooting for.
Dylan, I think it's extremely strong. And maybe that's because of your column-style steel you got rigged up over there. And I know you was a little bit low in the proof in the beginning, but I think you did it here. You know, you made it.
The botanical content is a little bit stripped, maybe.
This drink should cloud as it has water added to it. We didn't see as much in yours, but still it was a good drink.
Mina, I found your product has good mouthfeel, clouds nicely, has good botanical content.
Michaela, I found your spirit to be really interesting, very floral, had a really smooth taste, plenty of proof.
Everything that was in there was pleasant. It was what an absinthe should be, but I don't think your math was exactly right to really bring it way to the front. Unfortunately, Michaela, your job brought you a ticket home. I'm awful sorry, hon.
You worked extremely hard, honey, and it's been an honor to taste your spirit.
I know that I'm going home with 2 forever friends at the very least. I've enjoyed this experience immensely. I've learned so much from it. Most important of all, like, I'm on the right track.